Hello there. Today I'd like to talk to you about this image and the reactions to it. Now that is a picture of an advertisement run by a company called Protein World, which is apparently a weight loss supplement company. And they ran that advert in London Underground tube stations. And that's obviously an over-sexualised and unrepresentative female body image that they're portraying in that picture. And it's basically there as a way of body shaming women, basically saying, unless you take this product, you're going to be a fat, ugly pig for the rest of your fucking life. Now, women have quite rightly reacted with anger toward this advertising campaign. There's been a petition at change.org, which has received tens of thousands of signees to get the advertising campaign to be pulled. There's a campaign protest which is called Taking Back the Beach, which is to be taking place this Saturday in Hyde Park in London. And there's been a wonderful campaign of defacing these posters, as you can see in these images. Now, as usual, whenever any woman says anything whatsoever, or does anything whatsoever, the usual suspect MRA fucktards have come out in force with their ill-informed opinions on this. But I think I know the real reason why they're angry about this. Now, firstly, it's because strong women have come out and spoken about something they care about. And that's intolerable to the MRAs. And which is ironic, really, because considering how Islamophobic some of these fuckers are, they'd actually seemingly get on really well in places like Saudi Arabia. And secondly, it's because feminists are actually having a real impact in the fucking world, which is something the MRAs could only fucking dream of doing, because they haven't got the wherewithal or fucking decency to go out and actually try and make a change to things they claim to give a fuck about. Now, the pressure of this movement that has been applied to both Transport for London, who run the tube stations, and to the company themselves, have forced the campaign to be pulled. Now, in a statement released by Transport for London, they said that it just come to its natural end, the end of the 3-week advertising contract. But that's disingenuous in the extreme, because as a person who travels to London semi-regularly, I can tell you that successful advertising campaigns go on for a great deal longer than that those 3 weeks. So clearly, it's the reaction of these people, the movement that has been focused around this, that has forced this contract to not be renewed. And the reason this pisses the men's rights movement off so much is because feminists are actually, again, having a real impact on the world. Now, whether the MRM give a fuck about this particular issue or not, feminists clearly do, and they are having an impact upon it. The things the MRM claim to give a fuck about, they don't ever actually have an impact upon. They've never fucking changed anything as far as I can see. What is the fucking point of them? In order to claim to be a movement, guys, you have to actually fucking move. If you don't do anything, you're not a movement, okay? In Sargon of Akkad's fucking piss poor excuse of a video on this topic, he came out and used a great deal of projection when he said that feminists only exist on the internet. Whereas it's actually the MRM that only exist on the fucking internet, as we can see by the fact that these women actually went out into the real world and made a positive change to a topic they give a fuck about. Are there any real examples of the MRM doing the same? I don't think there fucking are. Now below I've left a link to the Facebook page of the protest that's taking place this Saturday at 3 p.m. In Hyde Park in London. And I would encourage anyone in the London area or who is able to travel to go to that event and to support this fantastic cause.